By now, we have explored the vast open landscape. Our fall color photo expedition has led us to capture towering mountain chains and sun-soaked aspen forests. But as the day presses on, we begin to see a change in the air. Clouds roll across the mountains, and with a slow and deliberate wave, the mighty peaks are overtaken by a silent monolith of gray. As cloudy skies prevail across the landscape, our vibrant sun is subdued. The light softens, highlights retract, and shadows disappear. To the uninitiated, an overcast day is disappointing. The mountains can no longer be seen, and the beautiful blue skies are nowhere to be found. A dreary fall day can be very depressing indeed. However, to the seasoned photographer, gray skies signal a golden opportunity. As the clouds settle in, they cast the landscape into a beautiful, soft light. No longer are we plagued by harsh sunlight and deep shadows, and this new lighting equation gives us the perfect opportunity to venture deep into the forest for a more intimate setting. It's time to take our sights off of the big picture and focus instead on the little things.
Welcome to the forest. We are in the beautiful San Juan Mountains in Colorado, and a massive weather system has just moved in. It's very foggy, and the clouds have completely obstructed the tops of the mountains. So today is not an ideal time to be shooting traditional big-ticket wide-angle landscape scenes. Foreground, middle ground, mountains in the backdrop. The clouds have completely eradicated the mountains, but that's okay because it gives us the opportunity to come and find more intimate scenes like this one. So let's take a look. All right, now as you can see from our little snippets of video, we have an incredibly complex scene going on. There's a bunch of sticks and twigs happening down in the valley, and then up here, the sky is starting to give us some exposure burnouts. So what we want to do is we want to use a telephoto lens to really sink our teeth into the meat of this composition. I want to be able to isolate those beautiful aspens right down the middle. So we're going to end up creating a cool looking panoramic. I'm going to bracket 5 frames. I am at f11. I'm going to bracket from -2, -1, 0, +2, +1. That's going to give me all kinds of range. Even though this scene actually is very evenly lit, I like to have that extra range just in case. And we are at 1/13 of a second. White balance is set for shade, so we should be good to go. All right, let's rattle off a few frames, see what we can get.
And now, as our final images come to life, we are treated to an absolutely spectacular display of strange and unusual beauty. The most notable curiosity to this scene are the aspen trees, all listing in unison. They create a delightful composition of diagonal lines cutting across our evergreens, which grow straight up and down. This crisscrossing of trees places this little oasis into a world all its own. We also enjoy a nice mixture of color. The forest has not yet reached its peak, giving us a wonderful compilation of both greens and yellows. But let's just say that your thirst for that ultimate fall color leaves you wanting for a little bit more saffron. No problem, find your way back to the same place a few days later and presto, our green leaves have turned into a curtain of solid Colorado gold. Nearby, the listing aspens continue to climb up the mountain, all the while mixing with our steadfast evergreens. The beauty of these intimate scenes is that we quite often have them all to ourselves. Let's take a moment to think about that. The landscape photography scene has literally exploded in recent years. Many of Colorado's iconic locations have become so popular that you literally find yourself shoulder to shoulder with other photographers. In this case, chances are pretty good that you're all going to get the exact same shot. However, when we change gears, enter the forest, and narrow our focus, we often find ourselves completely alone. And so, as you explore the woods on your next fall colors expedition, chances are very good that you will come up with an image that no one else has ever shot. And in this day and age, a truly unique photograph is the rarest of species.
Okay, so as you can see, we have a very unusual composition. All of these aspen trees are leaning in the same direction. Now, what most people don't know about aspen trees is that they are in fact all interconnected underground. So while this may look like 100 different trees, it's actually all one organism. And that's why they behave similarly on top of the ground, giving us this beautiful diagonal composition. You notice that all the evergreen trees are perfectly straight, while the aspens are creating these diagonals. And that's what makes this scene interesting.
In our next set of digital workflow episodes, we will dive into the magical world of the aspen forest. Learning how to create these intimate scenes will open up a whole new realm of possibilities for your next photography adventure. So we'll see you in the next lesson.